G'day boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Get Fit or Die Trying.
G'day boys and girls, just down here at the South Para Reservoir, and this is a video that I recorded last year back in October, just getting around to putting it together now. And basically it is a fire trail kind of ride. We got Robert Mee, who is from the Mountain Bike Touring Adelaide Facebook group. He's leading us on this ride. Both him and his mate riding analogue bikes, and then you've got me, Gary and Steve all on e-bikes. So yeah, we're just going to start off riding these fire trails in and around the reservoir, and a bit later on myself and Gary are probably going to go and explore a bit of single track, only because, you know, we just cannot ride fire trails all day if we can see a little bit of single track peeling off here and there. So that's what we end up doing. A couple of little dramas unfold, but I won't give it all away now. Anyway, let's sit back and just take in some of these views as we meander our way around this reservoir. So this is probably the only obstacle that we really had to try and negotiate. Just a small causeway there with a bunch of big rocks at either end and a bit of a chain fence kind of thing with a sign saying keep out. Now I'm gathering that that's probably there for motorcycle riders, because there is a little bit of evidence of their presence in here. I mean, we didn't see any while we were there, but there's obviously some tracks that have been sort of made by motorcycle riders in and around the place. Which, you know, to be honest, mate, I don't mind. I mean, it's good fun on the e-bike to ride some of those trails, and you know, it makes a bit of a change from just riding on all these fire tracks, you know. So we're just riding down something that we thought may have been the start of a bit of single track, but all it was just a little bit of a trail just leading down to the water's edge. So because of the reservoir and, you know, all the little sort of, I guess, creeks and, you know, tributaries that sort of run into it, you get all these kind of little peninsulas and, you know, little areas where you can sort of ride down to, and then obviously you get to the end, you got to turn around and go back, or sort of ride along the edge. And so we did a little bit of that here and there. But there's loads of trails through there. You've got one that sort of like rides all the way along the ridge, and then you can sort of veer off to the left or to the right and sort of head down to the water's edge, you know. So yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun, and, you know, there's nothing better than just riding out in this nice green fresh forest, mate. Look at it, it's just beautiful, you know. Big tall pine trees, grassy bloody knoll. For October, you know, it's still pretty good. It hasn't really come into summer just yet, so perfect time of year for riding, mate. Bloody beautiful. Here we go. So this is why you keep your eyes peeled, alright? So when you're going down the fire trails, just keep a lookout and just see if you can find that little elusive bit of single track, because you come across little gems like this. Now obviously this isn't a flowy kind of, you know, downhill bike park single track. You know, the stuff you're going to find in and around here is sort of probably half hiking trail, half motorcycle trail, who knows. So you're going to come across all these logs and all these twigs, and it's going to get a bit rocky. In some places you might even have to bloody push to get up, because it's just a little bit impossible to, even on an e-bike, to ride up. So yeah, I'm always looking for this sort of stuff, and anytime I find any of it, mate, I get super stoked. It just gives me that bit of a lift, and I'm like, yes, bloody beautiful. This is what I've come for, you know. so I found the other guys again after my little single track escapade. This is what happens when you've got ADHD, you know, and you can't follow the rules and concentrate on what everyone else is doing. You just got to go and do your own thing, you know. Well, not to worry, mate. That's what I come here for, mate. I'll come here to explore. Now, Robert's leading us to a little bit of a spot where he reckons he's had a bit of a camp overnight, a bit of a cheeky camp. He's pulled out the old analogue map. No GPS on that thing, mate. Anyway, back off at it again. So we're trying to make our way up this peninsula, which doesn't really have a name, but if you look on Google Maps, it kind of looks like the map of England. There's like an island called Harmond Island, which is just to the right of that. So we're sort of to the left of that on the peninsula, the mainland, so to speak. So we sort of go up, then we turn around and we come back down. And I think we cross over, I think it's Crawford Creek, or is it Malcolm Creek? I don't know, one of those. So here we go, we've got Gazza out in front now, and yeah, we're just on the hunt for some single track, and we're pretty sure we've stumbled across some. This leads into a little bit, which yeah, it becomes a little bit of a slightly techy climb, a little bit rocky, a little bit rooty, and altogether good fun, mate. Something a little bit different from riding on the fire trails. So Robert and his mate, they've basically taken the fire trail and sort of gone around the outside edge. We're sort of cutting in. Sort of doing a little bit of a detour. What the? That is an alien skull. I'm pretty sure that there is an alien buried here and his head is just poking out the soil. That is some crazy stuff, man. That just goes to show that where the aliens choose to come to Earth, it's in the forest. Because the forest is just awesome. You've got magic mushrooms, you've got all these wicked riding trails, you've got all the trees, you know, you've got the oxygen, you've got the water, you've got everything you need to sustain life on Earth. So yeah, I mean, rather than go into the city, you know, risk getting run over by a car or something silly like that, the aliens come here, mate. And this is where they come. Basically, it's like an alien cemetery. So I'm pretty sure if we look around a bit more, like all these things here, they're not logs, they're bones, mate. They're aliens' bones. This is what all this is, mate. It's a full-on alien graveyard. Wet socks, wet socks. A little bit of adventure unless you wet your pants. Well, there we go, another little bit of single track there. It was a little piece that I'd found when I was out on my Devil's Gully ride, and I didn't go down it, but I thought, no, we're going to give it a crack this time while we're down here. Anyway, we lost our mates, but then we found them again. So Rob's just explaining where they're going. They're going to be going up some fire trails, but we spotted this little bit of single track here, so guess where we're going? What's happening there? Oh, your chain's in behind your big one. Oh, you must have a bit of free play on your derailleur going in more than it should. Do you want me to give it the old spin there, mate? You alright? Oh, you got walk mode going. Your cassette's all straight, is it?
Yeah. Bad luck.
Yeah. Gotta love the Bosch punchiness. Get you going when you think you can't. Oh, fuck me. My derailleur has snapped off. I am cactus. I am toast. That, guys.
That is a trophy.
That is fucking kaput. Wow. Righto, let's try and ride single speed 5th gear. Oh, already it's jumped down into another gear and lost. It can't even sag here. I'm like in 6th gear now. So yeah. Well, you know, I do love an adventure. I'm always talking about how I love adventures. So this is what you call an eMTB adventure, single speed style. Ain't gonna work, man. Nah. I can still use walk mode, so that's good. Out with the chain breaker once again. So this is a little souvenir, guys. I'm going to leave it here. It's a reminder that this track, which we'll name Mr. Chain Breaker. Yes, because I mean it breaks the derailleur, but Mr. Derailleur Breaker is just hard to say, and you have to break your chain anyway because, yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, so I was around about 15 k's from the car, so yeah, I tried to roll down as many hills as I could without any brakes so that I could get some momentum going up, but yeah, there was a lot of pushing and yeah, a little bit of towing from Gary. Right, try and grab it down out there. That's not bad. Nice work, mate. Yeah, just trying to hang on to his backpack where I could. Wasn't always possible. No. You can't do it. It's just beyond fucking physics. Well, there you go, boys and girls. So always carry a bloody tow rope because you just never know when you need it. It's bloody crazy. So we ended up going onto the blacktop because it was a bit easy just to roll down a hill. And within about 350 metres from the car park, guess what we found? A piece of bloody elastic. So yeah, Gary's given me a tow back to the car park, which is absolutely bloody hilarious. Like we could have done with this ages ago. Fucking look at this shit. Oh my god. Where are you going, mate? Where are you fucking going?
Like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, dude, guess where we found it? At the 350 metre sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we could have fucking done with this like way earlier. Oh my god.
You towed him all the way.
No, man, I hiked the bike.
That's where we could, but...
I like hang on to his backpack a little bit.
What, snap the chain? What? Fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
Just screamed it, yeah.
And I tried to use the single speed method, but it didn't work. Yeah, and all it would do was jump down, and then yeah, no. And it was right in the middle of this sweet fucking single track, and it's just like twig about that long, about an inch thick, and it just snapped. It just went snap, and my back wheel locked up. And I'm like, oh. Well, there you go, boys and girls. That was the end of the XT derailleur that came with the bike. So I ended up downgrading for a $50 cheaper SLX one, which is doing the job just bloody fine. In actual fact, it's a little bit more chunkier and sturdier. So yeah, hopefully you get a bit more life out of that. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you around the next one. Ta-da!